remember waking up in the night screaming and crying in pain. Painkillers were not strong enough to get rid of this. In the morning I'd be limping to school and having great difficulties doing the activities I'd normally be doing. However, strangely I would be skipping and running home not feeling any pain whatsoever. I did not realise that this was the start of my long road to recovery, as after many doctors and hospital appointments I was diagnosed with a primary bone cancer called osteosarcoma. It wasn't until later on in life I realised how serious it was. Hospital seemed like a second home for me. There was a kitchen, a play area, a bed, a toilet and all your normal facilities. However, it was not home. I don't think I would have pulled through as easily without all the people that were there to distract me from all the injections, sickness and sadness. It made the time go by quicker, which was much appreciated by everyone. I also think that my family helped me pull through just as much. I remember each family member had a sort of role. My nan's was to sing in my ear whilst I was having an injection. She sang Dory's song of Just Keep Swimming, Just Keep Swimming. I guess it made me smile even though it hurt. If I hadn't have had the hospital school, firstly the days would have been long and more upsetting. And secondly, I wouldn't be at the great high achieving school I am at this moment. I had a home tutor as I had missed 8 months of school. I not only caught up but was able to sit and pass the entrance exam to Skipton Girls High. I now take the past and turn it into something new. I write and draw what I feel and put these emotions into these. I believe to turn something bad to good, you have to take it, not run away or hide. I was only allowed to go home at the weekend if everything was fine and I was clear of everything and healthy. Going home felt like the last bit of freedom I had. It may have only just been a couple of days, but home made everything seem back to normal. I used to forget that I had to go to hospital on Sunday night ready for the week of treatment. Everything seemed to fly over my head. I was a normal child, just slightly ill. I kept saying it over and over, convincing myself that it would all go away soon. Near the end, I remember getting more upset as I was not able to be like everyone else and not be home and not be free. I met 3 good friends in hospital. Out of them, one survived. One survived. It really showed how serious this disease was. In particular, I met a very inspirational boy in hospital who had the same diagnosis as me. He was called Zach. I remember how every time I saw him he had a big smile upon his face. You couldn't help but smile when he was around. He was there to support me all the way as we knew what each other were going through. He was an inspiration to me from day one. However, cancer struck again and Zach passed away a year ago, and he was such a good close friend, it hurt me very much. Losing the only person who'd been through the same as you, knew what was wrong with you, knew how to make you smile and knew how you felt, just made me feel like I'd hit rock bottom, crashing all the way down. Ever since I'd met him, I was inspired by what he had done and the amount of determination he had. I now want to carry on his work and carry on his smile. Everything I do is because of him. I would love for him to be remembered by everyone, as he did so much for charity, as well as being such a good friend. No matter what, he put a smile on everyone's faces. He should never be forgotten, and he definitely won't be by me. Now I'm a devoted charity worker, doing as much as I can to raise money for BCRT. I have done many things inside and out of school. My school took my ideas well and I was able to raise just over £5,000. I did Bake It for Bone Cancer and did other events such as non-uniformed raffles and more baking. I'm also doing fundraising events outside of school. I have also been able to set up my own little business called Delicate Delights. It's a baking company which at the end of the year we donate some of the profits to BCRT. A lot of my teachers and friends say that I have inspired them in so many ways, but in all honesty it's Zach who has inspired them, as I'm just carrying on his spirit. This year has been a big year for me, as I have not only just set up my business and come to speak to you all here today, but one of the most amazing things is I have won the Princess Diana Award. My teachers and members of BCRT nominated me for the award a couple of months ago without me knowing. Then a month or so later I was announced the news that I had successfully got the Courageous Citizen Award. I am deeply grateful and honoured and only wish that Zach could see what I was doing and that it was all for him. It has now hit me that sometimes when all seems to be going downwards, you only have to think to yourself, I can turn this around and make this into a good thing, and that is what I have done with the help from Zach. All I want to do is be a part of a huge community who want to find a cure to end cancer and to end the loss of the more deserving people who lose to cancer every year. The last thing I want to say is please remember Zach Haigh, for he was an inspiration to everyone around him, and I don't want his smile to die. Thank you for listening.